Alright, what's up everybody? Back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys having a good one. Yesterday was the start of the Las Vegas Summer League. We had the California Classic, Salt Lake City. Now we are in Vegas. Yesterday was day one of hoops over there. And yeah, a lot to talk about. A lot of prospects that I like to see. A lot of good performances. A lot of potentially disappointing performances. But yeah, we're gonna talk about all the games that happened yesterday in Vegas. Thank guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. Really appreciate it. If you like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications to all stuff like that. Really appreciate it. Really helps out a lot. Look at the analytics. A little bit less than 1% of you that actually watch the videos are subscribed. So if you like the stuff around here, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it a whole lot. And yeah, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So the first game we had in Vegas was the Pelicans and the Timberwolves in Vegas. And the Timberwolves win this game 102 to 88, having a big fourth quarter that outscored the Pelicans 30 to 13. For the Timberwolves, Brandon Williams was their leading scorer, finishing with 24 points, 3 assists, 3 steals, shot 8 for 14, 7 for 9 for the free throw line. I remember, if you don't know him, he played for the Portland Trailblazers last year. Then again, who really watched the Portland Trailblazers after the first 2 months of the season last year? Yeah, Brandon Williams, he had a really solid game. Josh Minot had 20 points, 4 rebounds, shot 7 for 13. I liked what I saw, though, from Leonard Miller. He was their second round pick out of the G League Ignite. Very surprised that he, went second round, but he had I like what I saw. 16 and 11, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He shot 7 for 11, hit 2 3-pointers. He was doing all the things that I saw him do in the G League. He runs the floor very well for a big man. Well, kind of a big man, like power forward ish. He has a very, unique skill set. He was handling the ball, he was running the floor. He was making some pretty solid passes, hustling, rebounding, trying to go for loose balls and stuff like that. I really like what I saw from him. He had a very, very solid game. And yeah, looking forward to see what he does for the rest of summer league, because I feel like that would be a really good get for Minnesota in the second round. And then Wendell Moore had 15, 4, and 6, even though he had a tough shooting day, 5 for 18. But yeah, I like what I saw from Miller, Josh Minot had some decent moments out of Brandon Williams. For the Pelicans, Dyson Daniels, 18, 5, and 3 with 4 steals and a block. He shot 6 for 14. Missed all of his 3-pointers. He was confident, though, in taking those threes. But yeah, he was getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line. His defense was pretty good as well. Expecting a pretty good jump here in his second season, and starting off summer league like that was pretty good. And then Jordan Hawkins had 16 and 5 assists. He shot 6 for 15, 3 for 10 from 3. He's gonna take his shots. And yeah, he was hitting some shots. He did shoot 1 for 6 in the free throw line. Maybe it was just because his first game, little jitters here and there, so he didn't really have a great shooting day. But he was taking a lot of the shots that I expect him to shoot and I expect him to make. Obviously. But yeah, it was his first game. He looked really solid, running around the court. Got a lot of easy open shots. They also had Darion Sebron and Landers Nolly the second had 10 points for them. But the Timberwolves win this game. Not really any insane prospects in this game, but definitely some draft picks and senior players I'm really looking forward to seeing. Next game we had was the Nuggets and the Bucks. The Bucks win this game 92 to 85. I watched this game, and yeah, I really liked watching this game. There's a lot of players that I wanted to see out there, and they play really well. Marjon Beauchamp finished with 23 and 8. Shot 9 for 18, 2 for 7 from 3. Had a tough first half. They came out in the second half and played pretty well. Again, expecting a little bit of a jump here. The second half, second season, looked a lot more confident out there, a little stronger. His ball handling pretty good. He was knocking down shots. Really like what I saw out of him in that game, and yeah, looking forward to seeing what he can do this season for the Bucks if he actually gets in the rotation, gets some minutes. Nico Mannion at 16 points. That was a blast from the past a little bit. Like, dang, Nico Mannion shot 7 for 14, 1 for 6 and 3. He had a nice dunk early in this game. But yeah, he had a pretty solid game. He also had Jason Gortman from the Overtime League who had 13 points. Andre Jackson had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. He had 2 blocks. In this game, he shot 2 for 8, 5 5 from the free throw line. I liked his impact. I'm a big fan of Andre Jackson. I think that was an amazing get for the Bucks in the second round. He's going to be a guy that's going to make impact plays, even though he's not the greatest shooter or anything like that. He's going to make a lot of impact plays, and you saw yesterday. You saw the impact he made on the game. They also have Chris Livingston who has 7 points and 6 rebounds. And then for the Nuggets, Peyton Watson, 23, 5 and 2, 3 steals, 3 blocks. He shot 6 for 12, 10 for 13 for 3 line. He's really aggressive, getting to the rim, looking for his own shot. Defensively, he was all over the place. Again, I'm expecting Peyton Watson to kind of be in the rotation this year, for the Nuggets. I think he was a really good pickup when they drafted him 2 years ago. Last year, at the end of the season, when the Nuggets really stopped playing and started playing their bench guys, he had a lot of pretty good moments, and I think he could be a good contributing player for the Nuggets as early as this season. With his length, his size, his skill set, I really think he can. You know, so yeah, I liked what I saw from him. I think he's gonna have a pretty good summer league. Then they had Hunter Tyson, who's their second round pick of this year's draft. Pulled up with 21 points, shot 7 for 13 and 3 3-pointers. He played really, really well. Early in this game, he was knocking down catch and shoot 3 pointers. He was getting to the basket and scoring. He was shooting. I think he could be a guy that could sneak into the Nuggets rotation this season, just because he's a big stretch four, and who doesn't really like or need a stretch four out there on the court? He has a lot of energy. Of course, a lot of fun plays that he makes, a lot of fun reactions that he makes too, which is funny to watch. But yeah, Hunter Tyson played a really, really good game. He was on fire early, kind of slowed down a little bit as the game went on. Yeah, and then Julian Strother, another pick in this draft, 15 points. Again, if you watch my draft big board videos, I'm a big fan of Julian Strother. I think he could be a big steal for the Nuggets here late in the first. I think he's going to fit right in. And then their other rookie, Jalen Pickett, at 12, 6 and 5 with 3 steals and a couple shots. But yeah, I really like this Nuggets summer league team. It's going to be a really fun team. And then the Bucks came out and played really well. This was actually a really good game, even though they didn't have any big name stars or anything in this game. It was still very fun to watch. Next, we had the Bulls and the Raptors. The Bulls win this game 83-74. For the Bulls, Nate Darling was their leading scorer, 15 and 4, shot 6 for 15, 3 for 7 from 3. He had a stint with Charlotte a few years ago. I remember him from. And yeah, he played a pretty solid game, knocking down some shots. And then you had Javon Freeman Liberty with 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He had a very nice game as well. Dalen Terry had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Shot 4 for 14. Not a great shooting game. He looked pretty decent though. He's rebounding, he was passing. His defense is pretty solid as well. Tough shooting day, obviously. And second year, I'd like to see a little bit more. But it's only this first game. Still got a little more to go. They also had Dama Sanogo had 5 points out there. Justin Lewis had 7. Yeah, again, this game as well, not really any big names we're waiting to watch. For the Raptors, Marquise Noel, 17, 4 and 5 with 3 steals. Love to see him out there and play. Obviously, the NCAA tournament March Madness star. Went undrafted. The Raptors picked him up on a two-way. He had a pretty solid first game, hitting threes, shot 4 for 6 and 3. Wasn't afraid to get to the bucket. His pass ability obviously is one of the best things about him. And yeah, I really like what I saw from him. He was on a two-way contract, playing up. He played really good in his first game. Moses Brown at 14 and 9 with 4 blocks. He's an NBA veteran at this point compared to all the other guys in the summer league, so I expect him to be pretty solid. Grady Dick had 10 points, shot 3 for 12, 2 for 9 from 3. He was taking a lot of the regular shots that I would see him taking a game. He just wasn't really making them. But then again, I don't really count that much because it's summer league, obviously. But yeah, he was solid. Ron Harper Jr. at 10, 6 and 4 in this game as well. But yeah, the Bulls win this game. Wasn't a very pretty game. Both teams didn't shoot well from the field. Wasn't a very pretty game. But then again, it is summer league. But Bulls got the win. Next game we had was the Blazers and the Rockets. This was probably the best game of the day in summer league. Scoot Henderson came out on a hot start. The Rockets, Amen Thompson played really well as well. Both of those guys unfortunately left these games with injury, which really, really sucks. But then Jabari Smith Jr. comes in and hits with 0.3 seconds left, hits the game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer after having a really tough first half. Has a big third quarter, and he hits the game-winning three. The Rockets win this game 100-99. Jabari Smith Jr. finishes with 33 points, 7 rebounds, shot 8 for 18, 3 for 8 from 3, 14 for 17 from the free throw line. Hit the game winner, obviously. Had a really big game, especially after the first half, where a lot of people were like, he didn't really do much. Came out in the second half, the third quarter especially, came out, had a big third quarter. Yeah, I'm expecting a pretty good season for the Rockets. for Jabari Smith Jr. His start as rookie year didn't go great, but then at the end of his rookie year, he started to figure things out. You could tell he had some bigger games, and now maybe the summer league translate into the regular season where he consistently has games like these where he's knocking down shots, getting to the free throw line, defending pretty well, and yeah, really fun watching Jabari Smith out there. Tari Eason had 20, 10, and 5 with 4 blocks. Big fan of him as well. Made all rookie team, had a really good rookie season. He'd be kind of a Swiss Army knife for this Rockets team. And yeah, he had a really good summer league game. I really loved watching him out there. And then Amen Thompson, 16, 5, and 4 with 3 steals and 4 blocks. He shot 6 for 13, hit a 3-pointer in this game. Again, did leave this game after a little ankle injury. They said, hope it's nothing considered serious, which is good. Hopefully he can come back and play a little bit. But yeah, I think Amen played really, really well. He was kind of setting the tempo. His passing was really, really well. Finding his teammates, being like kind of a point guard for this team, which the Rockets have desperately needed for a little while. And Amen fit the bill last night. Also defensively, he was really showing up as well, making some nice finishes at the rim. Yeah, he had a really good game. And then Cam Whitmore at 14 and 11, shot 5 for 18, 1 for 6 and 3. Didn't have a great shooting game, but he was attacking the basket. Obviously, wasn't afraid to take his shots and rebounding, getting in there as well. This is just a really fun game overall. Then for the Blazers, Shaedon Sharpe had 21 and 7, shot 7 for 21, 3 for 9 from 3. He's definitely taking his shots. But yeah, hitting 3 3-pointers. He's really confident in his shooting ability, which I liked. Of course, he had a poster, being athletic, getting to the rim, obviously that stuff. But yeah, Shaedon Sharpe had a really, really good game, even though all of his shots weren't falling. I really liked watching him. And then Scoot Henderson, 15, 5, and 6. He shot 5 for 13, 1 for 3 from 3. He came out the greats hot, hitting step back mid ranges, getting to the rim. A nice reverse layup, then hit a one dribble 3-pointer. He was doing really well. Of course, he left this game with a shoulder injury. He'll have an MRI, I think maybe today, to see what things are looking. Hopefully, he can come back and play some more. But yeah, Scoot looked very, very good in his first summer league game. Not even just the stats, but just looking at him watching the game, like his pace that he was playing with, the passes he was making, the plays that he was making, the shots he were hitting. It just looked like, yeah, this guy's got it. This guy's got it. Jabari Walker had 15 and 10 in this game. And then Chris Murray, almost like Keegan. Chris Murray had 10 points as well in this game. And yeah, this is again probably the best game from day one of the summer league, and the Rockets get the win. Next, we have the Cavaliers and the Nets. The Cavs win this game 101-97. The Nets had a big third quarter to come back in this game, but the Cavs ultimately closed it out. Cleveland Sharif Cooper, 27 points, shot 8 for 12, 2 for 4 from 3, 9 for 11 for the free throw line. He was playing very, very well, being very efficient, getting to the basket, getting to the free throw line and scoring. He was hitting his jumpers. He was really taking over this game, especially in the first half. He was really just taking over in this game. Obviously, he was a top high school guy. College didn't really play super, super well. And then we go to, his NBA tenure so far hasn't really gotten a chance to show, hasn't really gone well. But maybe with the summer league, he gets a lot more confidence in himself. Maybe he can come out and maybe make a training camp, and who knows. But yeah, he had a really good first game. Imani Bates had 16 and 6. He shot 5 for 18, 4 for 13 from 3. Not a very efficient game shooting. He did hit a couple tough shots. But, at this point, we know Imani Bates, he's a tough shot taker and a tough shot maker sometimes. But yeah, he took a lot of tough shots. I'd like to see him be more efficient, obviously. But, it was his first game. He was pulling up when he needed to. Isaiah Mobley had 15, 9, and 6. I really like Isaiah Mobley in this game, doing a lot of the little things, obviously. And yeah, I honestly think Isaiah Mobley can maybe make a spot in the rotation this season. I would like to see it. I think he's a really interesting player, similar to Evan Mobley, but of course they have a little bit of the differences. But yeah, he's a guy that can do a lot of different things. He can rebound, he can pass the ball, he can defend well, he can shoot the ball. I'm really interested to see what Isaiah Mobley looks like in the summer league, and if that translates to the regular season. And Sam Morrell had 15, 10, and 5, hitting 3 3-pointers as well in this game. And Luke Travers had 13 off the bench and 4 blocks for the Cavs. For the Nets, Jalen Wilson had 17 and 5, shot 6 for 14, 1 for 5 from 3, 4 for 7 from the free throw line. Yeah, he had pretty solid as well. He was attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line, rebounding the ball. Not afraid to shoot the 3 in this game either. But it's going to be interesting to see how Jalen Williams looks in the NBA and how this stuff translates. But I think He had a pretty nice summer league debut, and then Armani Brooks at 17 and 6. He had 5 3-pointers as well. He's a shooter out there. Kennedy Chandler at 16 5 and 3. Very interesting that he got cut last year by the Memphis Grizzlies after not really getting a chance to play as the highest paid second round player ever. So maybe he can catch on with the Brooklyn Nets or somewhere and get some run. And then David Duke had 13 6 and 4. Noah Clowney had just 4 points, 7 rebounds. He shot 1 for 9, 1 for 7 from 3. It was his first game, though, so we're going to see how the rest of it goes. But yeah, he was taking the shots, just wasn't really making them. But the Cavs win this game. And the next is the game everyone is going to talk about. The Spurs and the Hornets. The Spurs win this game 76-68, and obviously everyone's eyes are on Victor Wembanyama, who did not have an amazing first game, finishing with 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 blocks. He shot 2 for 13, 1 for 6 from 3, 4 from the free throw line. There were some good things out there, though. The rebounding, the shot blocking obviously was there. Yeah, you could tell his shot was he was comfortable with his shot. It just wasn't really falling, to be honest. You know, like yeah, the shots weren't really, the regular shots weren't falling. His ball handling and passing ability was really, really nice, though. Better than I expected for his first game. But yeah, it was just his shot wasn't really falling in this game. There's some points where he didn't really look confident in his shot. He even said it after. He was like, I didn't really know what I was doing out there. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect him to come out and have 30 and 10 in his first game. Obviously, he wanted a little bit more, but it's his first summer league game. You know, not really gonna take it too seriously. I don't really take this too seriously for him, especially because we all already know what he's about. He just came off his season in France. Go from there right to the draft to summer league is like a big turnaround for him, and now he's got to play some more. He hasn't really gotten that much rest, you know. So I don't really take it too seriously. And if he comes out and has something like this all year, I'm still not gonna take it seriously. You know, until we get to the regular season, that's when it really matters. But yeah, I'm not really stressed out that Vic didn't have an amazing first summer league game and it kind of struggled to shoot the ball. You know, he's good enough. I think he's gonna eventually find, you know, his shot and find things working out for him. That also depends on how many games he plays. He might play one more after this. Who knows how much he really does play? But yeah, I'm not really stressed out about that. Julian Champagne, he continued his really good summer league with 28 and 6, shot 7 for 15. He had a nice poster in this game, hit 4 3-pointers. He's been just playing very, very, very well for the Spurs team. Malachi Branham at 17 in this game, and Blake Wesley at 13 8, and then Dominic Barlow at 12 9 and 4. For Charlotte, Brandon Miller, he really struggled back in the California Classic. He came out today at 16 and 11 with 3 steals, shot 5 for 15, 3 for 10 from 3. A lot more aggressive, a lot more shots he was taking. He's rebounding the ball. And yeah, maybe I said it in my Summer League Summer League Day 2 video, that maybe he's just waiting for Vegas. Maybe he did. He was waiting for Vegas. He was like, I'm waiting for Vegas to show off what I can do. And yeah, he looked like better again, even though the shot wasn't falling as much. You know, didn't have an amazing efficient day, but he was just him taking shots, taking the regular threes he was taking at Alabama, rebounding the ball, doing other things beside passing. Really liked seeing that. And yeah, he played some good defense too in this game. You know, Brandon Miller waiting for Vegas, waiting for the big lights to show up for him to, you know, ball out. Bryce McGowan's at 15 off the bench as well, and then James Bouknight at 14 points, even though he shot 6 for 18 on the field. But the Spurs ultimately win in Wembanyama's Summer League debut. Next game we had was the Kings and the Hawks. The Kings ended up winning this game 80-76. For Sacramento, Keegan Murray did not play. He's not going to play for the rest of the Summer League after dropping 40. Jordan Ford, 20 and 2. Shot 8 for 14, 2 5 from 3. He played very solid in the California Classic. Came out today and played very, very well. Solid point guard. And I see a lot of Kings fans saying, hey, maybe, you know, the next two-way spot goes to him. He's been playing very, very well. Just a very solid point guard that's going to get the team, everybody involved, but also get his own. And last night he started getting his own. And he looked pretty solid out there. Kessler Edwards had 14 points, hit 3 3-pointers. Neemias Queta had 13 and 12, 3 assists. He had a nice pass to the corner. He had good rebounds, scoring inside. Interesting to see how he develops. When there's Sacramento being a third-year player, looked pretty good. He kind of looks like a little bit of a veteran player out in the Summer League. Kobe Jones had 12 points, and Keon Adams had 11, 5, and 3 with 5 steals in this game as Sacramento won. For Atlanta, Brady Manick, leading scorer, 17 points, 6 for 11, 5 for 10 from 3. Remember him from a few years ago in the NCAA tournament in North Carolina. He played pretty good shooting the ball. He was taking his threes. He was making them though. They look very, very good. Ifeanyi Kabengele, 13 and 5. He hit 3 for 3 from 3. AJ Griffin at 12 and 9, shot 3 for 9 from 3, 4, 14 from the field. Mohamed Gay at 10, 5 and 3. He had a nice block. And then Kobe Buffkin had just 8 points in this game with 8 turnovers and 8 fouls. Shot 4 for 14, 0 for 8 from 3. 8 was not his lucky number last night. But again, it's his first game. Not really taking too much out of it. We're going to see what he does for the rest of the summer league. But yeah, the Hawks, a little bit disappointing. They had guys like AJ Griffin, Tyrese Martin. I wanted to see kind of go out there and ball. They didn't have amazing games either. But again, it's his first summer league day. Shaking the jitters off. And Sacramento put a pretty solid game. In the last game we had, the Warriors and the Lakers in Vegas. Both these teams, again, already played a couple games in the California Classic. The Warriors and Lakers end up winning this game 103-96. Max Christie continues his very good summer league. 22 and 7, shot 6 for 11, 3 for 5 from 3. Yeah, he had a big dunk. He was shooting the ball well. He's been playing very, very good. And I'm honestly expecting him to kind of be a rotational piece next year for LA. Especially if he could take this confidence that he has now into training camp and then into the preseason and maybe into the regular season. He could be a very good rotational piece. That's just a guy that can shoot the ball, defend, but also can get his own at sometimes. Which you really like. Cole Swider had 19 in this game. He had 5 3-pointers, a shooter out there. Colin Cowston had 13, 7, and 6 with 2 steals. I like what I've been seeing from him. Demoy Hodge had 11. Jalen Shafino had a tough shooting game, 3 for 11. Had just 9 points. Did have 3 assists and 4 steals in this game, though. But yeah, a lot of the Lakers, I guess, veterans, even though they're not really veterans, Max Christie and Cole Swider are out there doing their thing. For the Warriors, Guy Santos at 25 and 7. He shot 9 for 15, 3 for 8 from 3. He played very well in the California Classic as well. Came out, had a really good first day in Vegas as their big power stretch power forward that was hitting threes, but also getting down in the paint, not afraid to back someone down and score inside as well. And he had a very good game. Lester Quinones, 15 and 5 assists, shot 5 for 15. Didn't have an amazing shooting game like he was in California, but he still played pretty solid. Kendrick Davis had 12 points. Brandon Pajemski had 9 points. He had 11 rebounds, 3 for 10, 1 for 4 from 3. Again, not the best game for him. He turned the ball over a lot. He had 5 turnovers, but he was getting in the trenches and rebounding. Last year at Santa Clara, he's like 6'3". He averaged almost 9 rebounds a game. So he's not afraid to get in there and bang with the bigs down low. But the Lakers veterans really pulled this game off. And that was day 1 of Vegas Summer League. A lot of fun matchups, a lot of really fun games. We got some more today. We got most of the teams that weren't playing yesterday. We got Miami, Boston, Dallas, OKC, New York and Philly, Detroit and Orlando. Very excited to see that game. Memphis, Chicago, Indiana, Washington. Excited to see that game as well. Milwaukee, Phoenix, and the Clippers and the Jazz play today, Saturday. And yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you enjoyed the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.